Hello, David. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Right.
So the flu bug cleared?
No, we never said flu.
Okay. The bug.
Yeah.
What kind of bug was it? Tummy?
Sorry, I've not got my doctor's certificate with me today to give you the answer to that. But we've had a few people who had a bit of illness, so that's all I can give you.
And the 2 days off, was that what you would normally do because of the fixtures coming thick and fast, or was it to do with clearing the bug away?
A little bit of all of that. I think the scheduling we've had has been quite difficult. Last week was really difficult. 2 Premier League games away from home. Thursday, Sunday was difficult. And there's not much time around this time of the year for MD, so any time we can give the players a bit of time to themselves, we do that.
Brilliant night, obviously, ahead of us. A cup night. London Stadium floodlights, so important as well to get a result so that you can go straight into that group of 16.
Yeah, look, the last few years we've had really good nights at London Stadium. I think back to the likes of Seville and Alkmaar last year, and some of the games we've had have been special nights for us, but we're not quite at that stage yet. This is still the group. We've won the group the last 2 years. Winning it for 3 years in a row will be really tough. Freiburg are a good team, and we'll need to play very well to get a result. It was a really close game over in Freiburg, and we narrowly come out in front, and they've shown in the group that they're a really good side.
But the benefits of winning the group, how important are they when you could maybe be in a League Cup final in February, could be in the 5th round of the FA Cup in February?
Yeah, it could be. But we're in Europe after Christmas time, and that's the most important thing. Whether we were first or whether we were second, that's the most important thing. We're going to try and be first, but that's the big thing for us.
You're obviously, taking into account the unexpected result at the weekend. That was at the back of 6 on the bounce of that defeat. You won 5 of those. You're in the top half of the Premier League, 3 points off Europe. Are your achievements as a team and a manager being overlooked a little, do you think?
Well, I don't know about that. I think that you, as a manager, you go along and you go game to game. Obviously, I didn't enjoy the weekend's game. Whether I'd won 6 before that or not, it doesn't make it any easier. But look, we've just had a real grueling schedule with the trips we've had and where we've had to be. It just caught up on us a little bit. So hopefully we can correct that, get back to normal way, which hopefully is winning and playing a lot better than we did do. But and also, as you said at the start, we had a little bit of illness which didn't help us and chopping and changing a little bit. So hopefully we can try and get back to normality.
Jack? Is anyone still going to be missing with that illness tomorrow, do you think?
We've still got a few lingering. We've had a few in the last day or two, but we think we're okay. We don't think we're... Look, I don't think it's anything which is keeping people out for weeks or anything like that. I just think there's been a bit of sickness, a bit of all sorts going on, and it's just keeping us under the weather a little bit.
And any other team news? No one's picked up anything from the weekend?
No, not at the moment. I think we're pretty much as we were. Yeah.
How hard is it for you as a manager to, you've got 4 games in 9 days coming up now in 3 different competitions. How hard is it for you to prioritise games? I know you go, next game, but you must have to think about it.
Well, I don't really prioritise. I'm looking at the next game and only taking 1 game at a time, really. But I've always said, and I wouldn't change my mind, the Premier League will always be first and foremost for me. I think it's the thing that you have to focus on. But the cup competitions have become pretty special for us because we've been to a semi-final, we've now been in a final. So we're now seeing the cup competitions as something which we have to try and always take as seriously as we possibly can. It's getting harder because of the level of the competition. The Europa League we're in this year is incredible, the level of the teams and the quality of the teams in it. It's making it a little bit harder to chop and change maybe as much as we've done in years gone by. And I just think that the standard of the football generally is going up, but with all the competitions it becomes difficult.
Does this sort of run offer a chance as well to some players that maybe haven't performed as you would like them to, or have been on the fringes to grab their chance over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think that undoubtedly, whether it be illness, injury, suspension, whatever, players will all be involved in the coming weeks, and the games are coming thick and fast as well. So we'll try and prepare and get the players ready. We'll try and put a team out in every game which we think's got a good chance of winning, and we'll try and do that against Freiburg.
And Jarrod's just been in speaking to him about playing through the middle, which I know you've tried at different times.
Yeah.
I know you've probably been asked it, but how pleased are you with how he's doing, and would you see him as an option for the rest of the season through the middle?
I do see it as an option going forward if we it's been so difficult, not just for our club, for lots of clubs to go and buy centre forwards and at the right price and ones who can come in and make an impact immediately. I don't think there's loads in the market like that. And Jarrod's been able to step in while Mickey's been injured, and while we've just not felt as if we've quite had enough. He's scored goals. I think he's played really well when he's been up front. So if we see a dip in him, we can always put him back in the side. If we see him scoring and continuing that, we can keep it going. So there's a wee bit of flexibility with Jarrod at the moment.
I was going to ask you a Jarrod question as well. Do you think playing down the middle helps his all-round game in wherever he's future, whether it's centre or out wide? And do you think it'll improve his chance of getting the England squad as well if he shows this versatility?
Well, I think of all the people who I think were probably, I mean, this might be a bad example, but Ronaldo, you know, started as a winger and eventually evolved into a centre forward. The ones who we've had here, a couple of them have done very similar. I think what they get is they want to be goal scorers as it goes on. You know, they've always been assist makers in their earlier part of their career, and then they start to want the goals. And I actually think that the way wide players play nowadays, you know, there's more goals expected from them than maybe on years gone by. But I think Jarrod can do both. I think it will help him if he keeps scoring the goals. I think it will keep him in Gareth's mind. Whether he can score being a wide player or being a centre forward, I think it will help him. But as I said many times, and I keep saying it, well, Gareth's got a great selection of players to choose from, and you know, Jarrod will need to continue playing really well to be selected.
Just ask a quick one as well, an update. Is there any update on your contract talks for next year? Anything you can share?
No, we're not. No, we don't need to talk too much at the moment. We're all in a good place and moving along, and we're more interested in winning the games and keeping the good form going.
Have you got an idea of when you'd like to do that?
I'll have a chat privately at the right time with the board and speak to them when I think it's convenient.
Any other questions? One here.
Mr. Boyce, Jonas Wolf from Bild in Germany. Two questions from Germany. First of all, you said that Freiburg is a really strong team. Maybe what player or what about the team stood out the most for you in the first game?
I think the manager. I think the manager's stability. I think he's been there 13 years. Incredible, great. I was 11 and a half years at one club, and I think when you have that length of period in that time, it gives you a chance to do lots of things, build the club. You understand, you're involved in everything which was there. So I think the manager looks as if he's the thing which is really an important part of the football club, and has been for a few years. And look, Freiburg, I was looking at the record last year, they got to the last 16, and I think it was Juventus who put them out in the last 16. So we're talking about a side who are doing really well, and they've got many good players. I'm not going to tell you who they are because you know, we have to deal with that ourselves.
Another question about Thilo Kehrer. He's kind of hard time in getting into the top 11. How do you see his role? And also from Germany, there are some rumblings that some clubs from Germany are interested in bringing him back. Is this a possibility for you, or do you plan with him over the winter as well?
Well, we never talk about players or what's going to happen in their contractual situation, but I can tell you about Thilo. He's a brilliant boy. He works really hard in training. He's committed. For us, his flexibility and what he can do, he can play right back, left back, centre half. So all those roles for us is hugely important. It gives us that versatility with him. It's been tough because we've had players who have been playing really well defensively, and it's not been easy for him to get in the side. But anything else other than that, then I wouldn't discuss at this moment.
Hi Jarrod, thanks for your time. Managed to avoid the bug.
Avoid the what, sorry?
Avoid the bug.
Yeah, nothing for me, luckily.
How important is this match tomorrow night? You know, under the lights, London Stadium, European night, and to draw or win means you get a much easier February straight into the final 16.
Yeah, and I think since we've been in Europe, we've always wanted to top the group because, you know, it's two less games and it gets you straight into the round of 16, which is a real business end of it. And we don't go into any game wanting to draw the game. We know a point will do that, but I think our mindset is to go and win the game. So I think that's the message from our side, that we want to go and win the game. So we've got to go and do that. No, I haven't actually scored in Europe yet before it gets brought up, but you know, I want to score. So tomorrow's a great chance to do that. But yeah, and like I said, that moment in summer it just makes you want it more. It was the first trophy that I've ever won, and that kind of hunger it gives inside you to give again for your teammates and then for the fans as well. It's special for everyone.
First it was Mark, then it was Declan. Now it's you really who's Mr. West Ham. I'm told your shirts fly off the shelf in.
That's my family buying them. That's why.
But is that something you take on board? The fact that you are maybe like the centre of attention at this club now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't look into it like that. I never want to big myself up or try and speak too highly of myself. But I think with the new contract and everything, and the summer and how it's all gone, is it's where I want to be, where I want to play my football, and I feel loved at the end of the day, and I'm a really happy player, and I think that gets the best out of you. So yeah, I'm in a real good place at the minute, and many years to keep hopefully writing my name into the history at this club.
Another big cup night coming up in a week's time. You've scored at Anfield already this season. It'll be your 27th birthday, I think, won't it, that much?
Yeah, day of the game, yeah. So away from my birthday, but these are those things, and that's another great game for us. We're one win away from a semi-final again, and I think, our season this season, we've, still in Europe, still in obviously the Carabao latter stages. We've got the FA Cup, so there's still lots of opportunities, and it's a trophy to then try and grab as well. I think any trophy that you win is a massive landmark for everyone to try and do. So real tough game against Liverpool, but I think we've got some really good exciting games coming up as well to really kick on again.
To score at Anfield, get through to a semi-final would be a special birthday present, wouldn't it?
It would be nice, yeah. 1-0 win and a goal would be lovely, but if we just get through, I think that would be a great birthday present into the semi-final. Thank you.
Jarrod, obviously you're having to play through the middle at the moment, adjusting to that and doing quite well. I just wondered, I read some quotes from Mikel Antonio about how he hated it when he first moved up front, because you don't see the ball as much and a lot of selfless work and defenders right on your back. How are you adjusting to it?
No, I'm just dealing with it every game. I think there'll be games where you play really well, there'll be games where you might struggle, but I think every game is a kind of a learning curve, and you keep learning it as you play. And like I said, it's not my main position, so there's a lot of things for me to learn, but I think you get confidence with those games that you play well in, and when you don't play so well, it's more time to learn as well, because you can see what you didn't do very well and try and learn and just ultimately put 110% in up there, and make sure everything comes off for you.
Is there anyone you're looking at outside of the club, any other strikers around the world, to sort of pick bits out and maybe learn the role a bit more as well?
I wouldn't say I'm looking specifically at people. It's more just speaking to the coaches and seeing what I can do to improve on in different things, whether that be with the ball, without the ball, but just little videos here and there to help me learn, try and keep getting better at it.
And is it a role that you're sort of ready and willing to play for the rest of the season if you need to?
Yeah, well, I think that decision's not down to me. That's down to the manager, wherever he wants to play me. But I think wherever he plays me, he knows what he's getting with me. So moving forward, if this is how it is, then this is how it is. But I'm sure there'll be times where I might need to play in different positions as well. So I've got to be ready to play whatever position he asks me to play.
Hi, Jarrod. Just on the same theme, do you think gaining this experience playing down the middle is going to help you maybe for the England selection as well? Another string to your bow that you could not only play out wide but down the middle for England as well?
Again, that's probably not the question to ask me. I don't, it's not me picking the team, but I think all I can do is just, if I'm in a new position, it's playing it as well as what I can play my normal position, so to speak, in. So I think with me, I'm always wanting to score goals. I think that's the main part of my game, and whether that be up front, out wide. And then I think another part of my game is, like I said, I work really hard for the team, and I think that's all I can do is my bit from now until the back end of the season.
You do look comfortable doing it. It look like a bit of a natural doing it. So it's certainly not an issue for you, is it?
No, I'm glad it looks natural, because sometimes I'm playing out there and I think, God, I'm having a beast. But no, I think, like I said, some games you'll have some touches of the ball where you might give the ball away and do things wrong, but then there'll be other times where you look good holding the ball up. But I think every game, like I said, is kind of, I learn from it and learn different runs and different movements and receiving the ball. So like I said, it's just me adapting to the position and keep trying to play it to the highest level that I can.
Just what the thing you found most difficult, you think you've had to learn most about that position as opposed to where you...
I think it's more when the ball comes up to you, as in when you're playing out wide, you kind of know how to deal with the ball and receive the ball when you've got a full-back behind you tackling you. It's different when you're centre forward and you're in between two centre halves who just want to come and kick you or come through the back of you, and you know, you're the main focal point really of keeping the ball for the team. So it's, you know, an added responsibility of when the ball comes up to you, it's making sure it sticks so the team can build the attacks on that. So I'd probably say that's probably what I've been working on the most.